What's up YouTube? My name's Kenneth and today we have another unboxing. This one comes from Winning Moves. I bought it on Amazon and I'm also unboxing it live. So this has come from Winning Moves and you can see it is a huge box. I hope it's much smaller inside. We'll see what it's like, but let's get into it. What is it? It is the Void puzzle. Oh, and look, we have two. So as you can see, I did purchase the Void Cube and I got two of them, and you'll see why very soon why I got two. But I'm really excited about this puzzle. This was invented by Katsuhiko Okamoto, and he invented the original Void Cube. And him and the Rubik's company have struck a deal, and now we have a Rubik's branded Void puzzle. And it says The Void is the official name of the Rubik's branded version. It's The Void puzzle. And it's really cool. The packaging is really neat. You can put your finger right through the packaging. So let's go ahead and open this up. So I'm excited to see the turning quality of this puzzle. I hope it turns well. Let's see how it goes. Oh wow, that is impressive. As you can see, the design is a little different. Katsuhiko Okamoto changed the design a little bit for this version, and as you can see, instead of a square center of the original Void Cube, we have a circular center inside this one, and it actually is a spherical opening in the middle. You could actually put a golf ball in there. And let's see how does it turn. You know, I'm surprised at how well it turns. Does it cut corners? No, it doesn't cut corners, but it does turn pretty well. It probably could use a little bit of lubrication. Definitely could use a little lubrication, but it turns like you would expect it. So yeah, anyway, it's really cool. What I like about this one more so than this one is that it really does feel empty inside. The Void is much larger than the original, and when you grab it, it feels more like there's nothing there. It's smaller in some sort of way, even though they're the same height, the same width. Because the Void is bigger, it makes the puzzle kind of feel smaller, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's see. Another thing I'm interested in is how hard is it to take this puzzle apart? That's what I'm curious about. I definitely need to take it apart to do what I want to do with it. Let's see. So yeah, it comes apart just like the original one does. Okay, there we go. So here you can see the cage. So I'm going to move this out of the way for now. Let's open up our other one. So without hurting this packaging, you can pull it out. What you can do with these, but that you can't do with a normal Void Cube, is you can interconnect them. Kind of like a Siamese cube, but it would be different because when you did it with these two, it'll be more like chaining them together. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do that. I saw Katsuhiko Okamoto post on his website that he had done that with a picture of it, and it looked rad. So that's why I want to do this, because it looks really cool when it's done right. So hopefully I can figure it out. So it's been a few days and I've been playing around with my Rubik's Void puzzle, and I went ahead and took apart the top and put a golf ball inside, just a standard size golf ball, and assembled it again, and now I've got a golf ball in my Void puzzle. Anyway, it still turns just fine, and it's kind of neat. So what I want to do with these two puzzles is I want to chain them together, and to chain them together I thought I could just assemble them so that they would be chained together, but I realized that these internal circular pieces cannot just be assembled into each other, because I would have to either break them or cut them or something. There's a circular piece here, and I need this one to go link in between that, and it's just not going to happen. So I'm going to have to break 3 of these pieces. I realize I didn't want to have to break anything or cut anything, but it looks like this mod will definitely need to do something. So I'm going to try to cut it and see if I can glue it together. Modding wasn't too difficult here. Cutting was the easy part with the miter box and a razor saw. The cutting is very easy. You can make very precise, straight, smooth cuts. And the only problem is that the teeth take a little bit of the plastic away, so it's not the exact perfect shape. Gluing was much harder than cutting for this mod. You had to make sure that the gluing was perfect. So here's a close-up of all the rings now linked together after gluing was done. And all that's left now is to assemble the puzzle. So as you can see, I was able to link the two Rubik's branded void cubes, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The one that I had to cut the internal pieces does not turn quite as nice as the one that was not cut. So this one was not cut, I can tell because it moves better, but this one was cut. And it's a little bit crunchier, it's a little tougher to move, but it still works pretty well. You can't turn the layers that go in the void. So like this layer here doesn't turn, and this layer here doesn't turn. The layers on the outside do turn, and it turns exactly like a fused Rubik's Cube. You can get a fused cube, and that's with two Rubik's Cubes that are fused together like this. And the only available moves on fused cubes are the right layer, the top layer, the up layer, and the front layer. Solving this linked void puzzle was a bit tricky, and the main problem I had was that because I solved the Rubik's Cube corners first, I was unable to use my method because, of course, the center slices, which you need a lot for corners first methods, are all bandaged. You can't turn any of these center slices. You can only move right, up, and front. So I did use Jessica Friedrich's method to solve this puzzle. The only problem is I don't know all the OLLs and PLLs. And of course, because you can only move front, up, and right, you have to use algorithms that only use front, up, and right. So I had to learn a new algorithm. I learned an FPerm I found on speedcubing.com that used only front, right, and up. This puzzle is a bit tricky, and you do need to know more than just a beginner's method to be able to solve this puzzle. If you want, you could try to figure out how to solve this on your own with a Rubik's Cube. All you got to do is just be sure to only turn front, right, and up. And then you can try to figure out how to solve this on your own without having to make one of these. So that's pretty much it on the Rubik's Void. I'm really happy I got the Rubik's Void. I've always been a fan of the Void Cube. In fact, the Void Cube was my first ever unboxing I did on YouTube. And that was quite a while ago, and this puzzle was one that got me back into my hobby of Rubik's Cubes and got me into collecting and into, well, YouTube. I really like Void Cubes, and I really like this Rubik's branded Void Cube. I think it turns nicer than the original Void Cube, and I like its look, and I like that you can link them together. So that's it for this video. Thanks guys for watching. I do make new videos every other weekend, so be sure to be subscribed so you know when the next video comes out. Alright guys, have a great day.